Welcome everybody to On My Hoops. And oh my God, the bags are being handed out. It's NBA free agency. It's On My Hoops. We about to get into it. But before we do, you know what to do. Grab a drink, grab a snack, sit back, relax, and let's talk some hoops. Keep it locked. Welcome everybody to another episode of On My Hoops. As always, I'm John Jay, and it is a pleasure to be before you once again. And this time, we about to get into some money talk. The NBA free agency is officially up on us, and oh my God, we got so much to get into. But before we get into all that, ladies and gentlemen, please drop a like, share, subscribe, and comment, man, down below. Tell me what you think about this channel, this conversation, this free agency money, everything we about to get into. I certainly appreciate you as always. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all had a magnificent week. And as you may be telling right now, we're making some changes to the show, and we'll continue to be making more changes in the near future. So stick around. But format is gonna be changed a little bit. We're gonna have a little bit more question and answer time. But yeah, like I said, it's free agency time, ladies and gentlemen. And the bag is it's up. It's going crazy. The money they giving out, man. I wish I was out there on the court. I'll tell you what. But first and foremost, we just gonna go and jump right into this thing, man, and give y'all the first question of the day, or first topic of the day, I should say.
With ESPN going scorched earth and firing talent, is the worldwide leader in sports in trouble?
Wow. In case you haven't paid attention, haven't noticed, missed the news lately, ESPN has undertaken some serious turmoil. Bunch of their network talent won't be coming back. Contracts will not be getting renewed, unfortunately for these guys. Now, they'll get back on. They have fan bases. They have some money, some nice contracts, but ESPN, and actually it starts all the way at the top, if I'm being honest, Disney. The original question is the worldwide leader in sports in some trouble? Yeah. Yes, they are. If I'm being honest. These streaming wars, there was said that ESPN had about 100 million subscribers, and now have gotten down to 70 million subscribers. It's dwindling. People aren't paying for cable TV. Everybody's streaming now. Yeah, you got your Fire Sticks, but you also got your Sling, your YouTube TV. People are doing things different now. You got your pro bono apps. People are having the ability now to get specific app for the network that they want. You want HBO, you get the HBO app. You get to watch the live channel when a show comes on, and your on-demand stuff. But yeah, you get to watch your on-demand stuff and everything. So ESPN is going through some trouble. So some of these big money contracts, they downsizing. Disney is losing billions of dollars. I know everybody is like, Disney got the bag, Disney got it. They spending like crazy, but they spending so much on the movies, shows, everything else, that they're not making enough in turn. And it is trickled down, and now you're seeing talent change on the network. Now you do got Pat McAfee. He's coming back on, or he's coming on to the network. He'll be making like $18 million, but Pat McAfee has a huge following. So his show in particular is very likely to make some money. It's said that it's probably still not a done deal. There may be more people that lose their jobs over there, but it remains to be seen. We'll see. But just some names: Jalen Rose, Jeff Van Gundy, Suzy Kolber, Nick Friedel, just to name a few. Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman. I mean, it's really big names. So we'll see what the network is going to look like in the next few years, but rest assured, it is not going to be your same network. And just my personal opinion, I think they're going to probably you're going to start seeing some podcasters. The streaming game, this podcast game is big right now, and that's what's winning. And if ESPN is smart, go on, jump in on that. That podcast game. That's the new wave. But things are definitely going to look different over there in the worldwide leader, to say the absolute least. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is ESPN in trouble? Are they going to still be around in the next 5 to 10 years? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So, next question.
Where will James Harden land?
Where will James Harden land? That's a question that we all are asking. We all are wondering. A lot of names popped up on this list for Jimmy. The most interesting one, I think, to me, is the Clippers. And just to refresh on the James Harden situation, he opted in to his player option for this final year. And it said that he's working a trade with Philly to move somewhere. We don't know where just yet. But we're hearing the New York Knicks and the LA Clippers are names that are interested. I'm also hearing Chicago. I haven't heard that they're necessarily interested, but I keep hearing them as a possible destination. So we'll see how that goes. But just, if I was a betting man, I would say more than likely the team that's going to be the most aggressive in the pursuit of James Harden is probably going to be the Los Angeles Clippers. Steve Ballmer, the owner, has showed a propensity to go after it. If he wants something, he sees a target, he going to spin that bag. So I do see them being able to pull off a trade, probably centered around somebody like Norman Powell. And they also just brought back Russell Westbrook on a 2-year deal for about $8 million. I like that. I loved the fit of Russ there. Hopefully PG and Kawhi can come back healthy, and let's see this thing finally. But yeah, I think the Clippers are going to be the most aggressive team, and will be able to pull off a trade for James Harden. And I'm here for it. If I'm being honest, I'm here for it. I think that's a fun spot. Barring health, of course, because PG and Kawhi just don't show up on, the low management lords. But I think James Harden there will be a fun spot. That'll be an offensive juggernaut to watch with PG, Kawhi. Maybe they keep Bones Highlands. Maybe he's in the trade. I'm not sure. But the potential there could be something as long as those guys can show up. But we know that Russell Westbrook, he gonna show up at least. He gonna play them games. I think the Knicks is also an intriguing fit. That's always a team that's looking to add a star player, and I don't know that James Harden. Oh, I don't know. There's no way in hell James Harden is gonna mesh with Tom Thibodeau. That's the only issue I see with that. Them being able to acquire him. It could be fun though. Brunson and Harden in the backcourt. It could be fun, but I don't see them meshing with Harden and Coach Tibbs. And the Knicks also they made a move with Obi Toppin. They sent him to the Pacers today. The Pacers are putting together a slick little young team. They just gave Bruce Brown 2 years, $45 million. Congratulations to Bruce Brown. Won the championship and got the bag. It's the way the world's supposed to work. But like I said, if I was picking a team, if I was a betting man, and just right now, I'd say that the Clippers are more than likely going to land James Harden. And I think that puts them into the top 3-4 teams in the Western Conference, which is saying a lot. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts on that. And the Knicks also, they added Donte DiVincenzo today as well. So, shout out to them and congratulations to him. So, moving along. Next question.
Can Kyrie and Luka win a ring together with this squad?
Ooh. Can Kyrie and Luka win a ring together with this squad? That's tough. To win a ring, that's saying a lot. I believe that Luka still has to grow up a little bit, display a little bit more leadership, and improve on his defense. But ability-wise, yes. This is a very talented team. I love what Dallas has done this offseason. I'm a huge fan. First off, to get Kyrie to come back immediately justifies the trade to get him. Had he not come back, then that would have been a huge failure. So they did the right thing in re-signing him. So a nice contract too. For 3 years. It was about 102, something like that. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But not only that, they added Derek Lively in the draft, who I'm a fan of. They added Richaun Holmes later on that night of the draft, which I'm a fan of. They brought back Seth Curry, which I'm a fan of. So yes, this is a championship contender team. They're not going to be held out of the playoffs again next year, barring injury. But I believe Kyrie has found a home, and Luka's found a homie. Now he's just got to get serious about playing some defense. But that's going to be a fun team to watch. I got high expectations for them. If you think about the times when Dallas was winning, they always had a tall, lanky shot blocker down low. And they bring another one with Derek Lively. This is another Tyson Chandler clone. So good move. Good move for them. I'm interested to see what happens with Christian Wood. Do they move him or does he come back? I'm actually hoping that he comes back. I think that he fills their depth and that makes them a complete team. So yes, I do think that this Dallas Mavericks team, Luka and Kyrie, they can win a ring with this squad. Probably not year one. It's going to take some continuity. They still got some work to do, but they're a contender in year one, without a doubt. But they definitely still got some work to do. But I'm a fan. I think the sky is the limit for both Luka and Kyrie. Dwight Powell also came back. So this is a real serious roster. Pay attention to the Dallas Mavericks. I'm a huge fan of everything that they've been doing this offseason. Big shout out to them. So yes, absolutely. That is my answer. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think Dallas has done enough to put themselves in contention? We shall see. Next question. Y'all let me know what y'all think too about the new format with the questions and all.
Cameron recently revealed on his show, It Is What It Is, what Jordan Poole said to Draymond to get punched. With the new context given, do you agree with Draymond?
Killer Kim, in case y'all ain't been paying attention and ain't noticed. You know, the homies, the legends, Cameron and Mace, former rappers, now turned sports analysts, podcasters. They have a show called It Is What It Is. And man, Cam dropped some nuggets. I'm curious to see how true it is, but it's definitely believable. I remember when the news first broke about the Draymond, I was gonna say Draymond Poole, I didn't combine them, but the Jordan Poole and Draymond Green incident. Yeah, I figured that Jordan Poole had to say something. He seems like a smart mouth, cocky kid. So it came out that Poole said that, well, first they had the Michigan State rivalry. Then Poole said that he was with way more women at Michigan than Draymond. He asked him why his Twitter handle is Money Green and you ain't gonna never see another contract. He told him he was gonna be playing in Sacramento next year. And he went in on Draymond. And Draymond went upside his head. So, and now knowing all of that full context, do I agree with Draymond? Do I think he was right? I still don't think he was right. No. It doesn't justify it. We thought in the beginning that Jordan Poole was talking some cash money mess. But I understand it. You feel me? Like, this is what happens. Like, you keep running your mouth, eventually somebody's gonna shut it. And that's exactly what happened. But the problem is the team aspirations. You want to be one unit, you got to be the bigger man. You got to get past that. It's probably more than just that incident. It was probably a full back and forth, and maybe he just wasn't feeling your brand of energy. I'm not sure. I'm definitely not giving Jordan Poole a pass because, I mean, hey, Draymond is 4 rings in. You know, he's a staple on that team, so you do need to show some respect. But yeah, I can't say that I agree with him, but I do understand. I probably would have did the same thing, but then I probably would have came in and told you that I was wrong. So yes, I understand why Draymond did it. I probably would have reacted very similarly, but I still can't condone it. You're one of the faces of a franchise, and this is one of the futures. Well, was going to be one of the futures of the franchise, which eventually didn't work out. Draymond got his contract, congratulations, and Poole got shipped out. But yeah, I still can't condone it. But in the end, it worked out for Draymond, and I'm happy for him. I think it was the right move for Golden State to move on from Poole and stick with the guy that, you know, worked best with Steph and Clay, and was a major factor in every last one of those championship runs. So, that was a legacy contract, and I'm not mad at it. They needed to bring him back. Y'all let me know in the comments. Was Draymond justified now hearing some of the stuff that Jordan Poole was saying? I'll tell you what. Jordan Poole, and shout out to Kyle Kuzma for also securing that bag in Washington. But Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma, Poole and Kuz, they about to be into some real tomfoolery out there in Washington. I'm telling you what, Poole and Cruz, be on the lookout. It's a lot going on in Washington, and they are about to be a big part of it. Not on the court, though. The team is trash. I'm sorry. That team is trash. They ain't going nowhere. But Jordan Poole gonna go crazy. I 100% believe that he's gonna get all these shots. His numbers are going to start to get astronomical. He is about to be on some 2K stuff. Let me know in the comments what y'all think Jordan Poole's gonna average next year. I'm gonna say 25. No, 26. 26. He putting up 26 a game next year. What you think? Y'all rocking with him with that? Next question.
What's your favorite move so far this offseason?
Ooh, that's a tough one. My favorite move this offseason. I like a lot that's been going on this offseason. Man, I like the Derrick Rose signing to Memphis. I liked Fred VanVleet in Houston. He gets a chance to lead those young kids. Hell of a contract, though. We're going to get into that in a little bit. I liked, what Dallas did with Seth Curry. But I think I'm going to go with the Lakers. I think the Lakers is having the best free agency, at least. I'm gonna make it a tie. The Lakers and the Mavericks. The Lakers are winning free agency, but the Mavericks, I like their combination of their whole offseason in a nutshell. But yeah, the Lakers, they brought back all of their people. Congratulations to them. Even D'Angelo Russell, he got a deal. But then they added Gabe Vincent, Cam Reddish. The Lakers, they're not playing no games out here. I really like what they're doing. Oh, and Jackson Hayes, a real young, active center. Out there, they making some noise out here. And I already spoken to Dallas Mavericks. I absolutely love the summer that they're having. Everything that they've done, from the trades to the draft to the free agency. Each aspect of the offseason, they're leaving their mark, and I'm here for it. So yeah, I think those two teams, I think, are winning it. But my favorite move, I might have to go with Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent to the Lakers so far. That's a strong move. Yeah, I like that. And we'll see what happens with this James Harden thing. That could end up being one of my favorite moves. Or Damian Lillard. More on that in a minute. But yeah. Any one of those Laker moves you can put as probably one of my favorites. Forgive me, I'm trying to think just to make sure I don't miss out on some of the moves that have come across to see who I'm missing. Dillon Brooks, he signed with Houston. It's not one of my favorites, nowhere close to. But it was a significant deal. Actually, the D Rose move, that in a nutshell, as one single individual move, is my favorite. Because, and I know, yes, I am a homer. D Rose is my favorite player. The Bulls is my squad. I know all of that. I'm with you. Yes, I'm a homer. But it's more than just that. The leadership role that he can play in helping Ja get his stuff together, I think is countless. It's priceless. What better person than the guy that we all compare Ja, one of the guys that we compare Ja to as being made in his mold. Someone who has won an MVP, playing at that level. He can just teach Ja how to grow up in this game. This is a good thing. Not only that, but Ja gonna win some games, so D Rose gonna get some minutes. So that's a good spot for him. And someone that, although nowhere in no way, shape, or form is anything close to what Ja is at this point in his career, is someone that can still maintain some of those up-tempo things that Ja does. He can play with some pace still. Same style of play still, so the team doesn't change up much. I think that's a really good move. That's probably my favorite move, just because it's not a superstar type of move. D Rose is not going to go there and be reinvigorated. I'm not expecting that by any stretch of the imagination, but more of what he can do for the locker room. You know, he was never one for dancing and playing all of the games. He was always focused and serious. So maybe some of that mindset can rub off on these young Grizzlies, and they can be a little bit more serious. So that's what I'm a huge fan of. I also really like the Porzingis move this offseason too, but that wasn't a free agency move. What? The question was offseason. But still, the D Rose, I think that's probably my favorite because it covers multiple areas for that squad. Next question.
Bill Simmons just said on his podcast that the Chicago Bulls are stuck in NBA hell. What's up with that?
Bill Simmons. Boston, Bill Simmons, the Podfather. No, actually, Bill Simmons, all right. The Bulls stuck in NBA hell. It's a bit harsh, a bit much. Yes, the Bulls have severely underachieved, and they're not in the best spot. But how can you say that continuity is the best thing? All these teams need to come back together, but then shun the Bulls when they ain't got no choice but to bring everybody back together with continuity. I agree that they are in a hell of a situation with the cap and Alonzo Ball contract. He was brought in to be the savior at the point guard position and ended up being one of the main hindrances of this team because of that contract. And we're now getting zero value from it and still have 2 years left of it. So we're definitely not in a good spot, but I don't think it is as dire as people have been making it seem. The Bulls they finished the season as a 10th seed. They made the play-in. They won a game and then lost to the eventual Eastern Conference champion Miami Heat. They definitely underachieved, but they ended the season very strong. And they still have some really good talent on this roster. I still believe that this will be a playoff team next year, but they do got some work to do. Billy Donovan has definitely got to coach his ass off next season. I believe he should be on the hot seat next year. But stuck in NBA hell, I think that's a bit overly dramatic. I think they're in a mid-tier team, nothing special, but they got some really good players. They're too good to consider them a team that is in NBA hell. So yeah, that was a bit much. Podfather. Pod. I ain't stun you. But what y'all think? Are the Bulls in NBA hell? Is my homerism not allowing me to see that? Could be. But There are a lot of teams that are in a worse predicament than us. So I think they're in NBA mediocrity. That's a label that I will give. They are mediocre right now. Incredibly mediocre. Where's Richard Sherman when you need him? Mediocre. But NBA hell, that's a bit much. Next question.
Where will Damian Lillard land this summer?
Where will Damian Lillard, Dame Dollar, Dame time? Where will he land? In case y'all didn't realize, it's official. It is up. Dame came out and requested the trade. He requested the trade, so it's going down. And all reports say Miami is his team of choice. Now we'll see. You're hearing other teams get involved. I've heard the Clippers. I've heard the Sixers. I've heard even the Utah Jazz are trying to get in on that. And here's the thing. It's all about how Portland is willing to do business, because Dame does not have a no trade clause like Bradley Beal. But you would venture to think that the relationship that they've built between Dame and the Blazers is they will accommodate him with the spot that he wants to go to. But everybody's coming. They're trying to get involved. Brooklyn is also another team. It's said that if Miami is the team, it doesn't seem to be that Portland is very high on Tyler Hero and would like to get a third team involved to take Tyler Hero's contract. Once again, I love to throw the Bulls in the hat for that one. I'll take Tyler Hero at this point. He's good at what we need, 3-point shooting and a point guard. But I think it's Miami. It's too much out there it's too much noise. And if they're going to accommodate Dame, it's Miami. And they will immediately jump to the front of the line as the favorites in the East once again. We might see another Miami-Boston ECF next year. Stay tuned. But yeah, I think it's Miami. That's going to be the spot for him. Dame, they said that Jimmy already came out and told the franchise, look, this needs to be the singular focus this offseason is bringing in Dame. Man, you got to agree with him. Dame, Jimmy, Bam, that's a big three you can get behind. That's going to be some good hoops to watch. I ain't lie. I'm here for it. But yeah, it's going to be Miami, I think. I think Philly could be a dark horse if they're willing to part with Maxey. But in the end, I think it's Miami. It's too much noise out there for it. To the point where those offers are not going to get as good from other teams. It's going to end up being Miami, I think. And that's going to be fun. Where do y'all want to see Dame go? Where do you think he will go? Let me know in those comments. Next question.
What does the Derrick Rose signing mean for the Memphis Grizzlies?
Oops. I guess I kind of already answered that earlier when I talked about that being one of my favorite moves. But I'll go over it again real quick. What does it mean for the Memphis Grizzlies? This is mainly a Ja move. I mean, yes, he fills the gap while Ja is out serving his 25-game suspension. But this is also a mentorship. Derrick Rose is being brought in to mentor Ja Morant to keep him out of trouble. Point blank, period. We found a guy that came up from the streets and plays a similar style of basketball like Ja Morant. This is the guy that we want to mentor him. And it was a perfect move by Grizzlies. It was the best thing they could have done. So yeah, what can Derrick Rose do for the Grizzlies? Parent. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. What can he do for him? Last question.
What's your least favorite move so far this offseason?
Ooh, my least favorite. Probably the Dillon Brooks move. Now those, if y'all been watching this channel, you know I'm a fan of Dillon Brooks. I really am. I like Dillon Brooks. I think he is a really good player. It can help out a lot of teams. He plays really solid, physical, tough defense, and he's a solid scorer. But they gave him $80 million. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see that coming. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I thought he was mid-level. I was expecting him to get a mid-level contract, $10 to $12 million a year. He got $80 million. Bam! To all the haters. I told y'all said I was crazy. I told y'all that man has some value. He was gonna get paid. Y'all gonna give me some credit at some point in time. That day can be today. It's not too late to change. I'll accept it. I got time. I won't boast and brag about it too much. Maybe just a little bit. But, hey, congratulations to him. And Fred VanVleet, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of a tie. Now, I love bringing in Fred VanVleet. I like him a lot. I think he's a really good player, but Jesus, the bag that he got. 100, what did he get? 126 for 3 years? $126 million. For a guy that's never averaged 20 points and never averaged 10 assists. That is a lot. But he's a champion and an all-star. He's definitely earned him a chance to shine. So congratulations to him. I'm not a hater, but it's probably least favorite move in terms of the dollar amount between him and Dillon Brooks. But hey, Houston, they got the bag. They spinning the bag. We all had a feeling that they was going to go hard this offseason, and that's exactly what they're doing. So they ready to win now. Nothing wrong with that. I ain't mad at it. So again, y'all let me know in the comments how y'all like that format with the way the questions are being asked. And then real quick, I want to get into, I had another question. I asked people on Facebook about specific topics that they wanted to talk about, and one piqued my interest regarding All-Star Weekend. And the question from Tim Jackson: how would you improve All-Star Weekend? And I will actually answer that by what has already transpired. I'm talking about the new CBA agreement, and I actually got the CBA agreement right here with me, so bear with me while I pull up the All-Star section. I think what they did was a really good thing, and it should help All-Star Weekend. Should bring a little extra something to it, a little flair. Guys are gonna go a little bit harder because now we talking some money. Here we go. Article 21, NBA All-Star Game. So I'm gonna read this. Bear with me. Section 1, participation. Actually, no, we're not gonna read this whole section. We're gonna go into the awards. And if you want to access the CBA, it is a 676-page document. I will post the link in the description. But awards. Okay, Section 2 awards. For their participation in an all-star game, players on the winning team shall each receive $100,000, and players on the losing team shall each receive $25,000. For their participation in a rookie-sophomore game, players on the winning team shall each receive $25,000, and players on the losing team shall each receive $10,000. Or, if there are more than 2 teams of players that participate in the rookie-sophomore game, then players on the winning team shall each receive $25,000. Players on the second place team shall each receive $15,000. And players on the remaining team shall each receive $10,000. For their participation in an all-star skills competition, players shall receive the following amounts. And this is where it gets good, because this might bring some good talent out. Participation money for the slam dunk. First place gets $105,000. Second place gets $55,000. Third place gets $20,000. And fourth place gets $20,000. So pay to play that dunk contest. Maybe we're gonna get some better competition. For the 3-point shootout, first place gets $60,000. Second place gets $40,000. Third place gets $25,000. Fourth place gets $15,000. And actually, fourth place through 7th place all get $15,000, and 8th place gets $10,000. And for the skills challenge, first place gets $55,000. Second place gets $40,000. Third place gets $20,000. Fourth place also gets $20,000, and 5th through 8th place gets $15,000. So, what would I do to improve All-Star Weekend? Something like that. Throw some money at it. Let's get some better talent. I would also, it probably will never happen. CBA will probably never allow that. But I would, if you're selected for something All-Star Weekend, whether it be the game, whether it be the skills or any of the other competition, if you don't play and aren't injured, there should be a stiff penalty, money-wise. Or maybe even regular season. If you don't show up for that, then you might get suspended with pay for something. I don't know. That might be a little bit harsh. But definitely would make it mandatory. But I like what they did. I think this should help improve All-Star Weekend. By throwing some money at the situation. And then I also like the 𝓚 ending that we had added a couple years back, where you have a target score each quarter. That's been fun to watch, I think. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. What's gonna help improve All-Star Weekend? And what's been your favorite move so far this NBA off season? And just, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all have a great week moving forward. And if you're still with me, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you thought about this new format. Is it a go? Should I stick with it? Is this the way? But yeah, I hope y'all have a great week. And I'm gonna get back with y'all again next week. And from the On My Hoops podcast. Love you.